Hey you balanced lifers, how you guys doing today? We're going to talk today about emotions and feelings. I had made a couple videos like this in the past, but today I'm going to kind of zero in a little bit more on emotions and feelings. If you had watched those videos, you would see that we have 8 major emotions: joy, fear, trust, sadness, surprise, disgust, anticipation, and anger. And so from there, branch off many other sub-emotions and sub-feelings. In fact, I'm going to put up here an emotional wheel for a few moments that you can look at and kind of see in this expanded wheel how the major 8 emotions branch out into other emotions. Because you might be thinking to yourself, wow, there's 8, but what about this one or what about that one? But most likely in this wheel, you're going to see that emotion that stems from the main emotion. And I'm going to make a video up ahead, probably going over each emotion quickly, going over why we have it, how we can try to control it, how we can let that emotion be our benefit and not destroy us. But about emotions are really neutral. They're not good nor bad. They're all necessary. We were given emotions as a survival mechanism. It's something that God gave us that help us navigate through life, that help us sustain ourselves, to protect ourselves, to show deep emotion. And although these emotions are neutral, although they're necessary, there are 2 basic types of emotions. Out of all the emotions that we have on that wheel, we have many. I don't know exactly how many, but many, and there may even be more than that. There's 2. We could subcategorize them into 2, and that is pleasant and non-pleasant. You know, like looking at these main emotions that we have, joy would be pleasant, fear would be non-pleasant, trust pleasant, sadness unpleasant. Surprise could be both. Surprise could be good or bad. Disgust is non-pleasant. Anticipation, again, it could probably be both. Anger is non-pleasant, but these are all built-in emotions that God gave us that we absolutely need to help us survive in this world. Another thing we have to look at with our emotions is sometimes they're true, sometimes they're false. Sometimes the emotion we have with an event or a circumstance proved to be a benefit, proved to serve us. But how many times have we gotten angry or whatever the emotion we had, particularly a negative one, and we found out it was totally false, it didn't serve us, we should have just cooled our jets and waited to see how the circumstance worked out. A lot of us may have said something or thought or did something that we really regret because we let our emotions get the best of us. So we really have to look out for that. The next point I want to make is you can't always trust them. You cannot always trust your emotions. We are fallen people, a fallen race with a sinful nature. And so our emotions are fallen too. Our emotions are not always a prompter. It's not always something that we need to rely on. We can get in trouble if we trust them all the time. They can help us. Remember, it's a survival mechanism, but sometimes they get us in trouble. And we have to learn to control them. It's very hard to control your emotions, say something that got you really angry, or something that made you really sad, or you're really happy, or excited, or surprised, whatever it might be, whatever emotion you have, we need to learn to control it. And how do we do that? We do that over a period of time by surrendering to the Holy Spirit. letting the Holy Spirit take control of us, saying, you know what, Holy Spirit, I want you to control me. I want you to control my emotions. And He will. And it'll take time. And it's a daily thing, giving it up to the Lord, your emotions. And remembering when something happens, an event or a circumstance, not just to act out, but to take a moment, to process everything, and to ask for the Spirit's help before you really show emotion or before you act. And so, feelings and emotions, they're kind of intertwined, hand in hand. We really can't separate them. But if I were to give a little definition, feelings are more conscious experiences. For example, it's something that you're aware of. You know, I feel this way. I know what caused me to feel sad or feel mad or feel happy. You were aware of what brought it on. Where emotions, and this is the definition and information I got in my study, even though sometimes these could go hand in hand, is more unconscious experience. So sometimes all of a sudden somebody might say something, or there might be an event or a circumstance, and all of a sudden you start crying, but you don't really know why. You can dig deep, but you don't initially know why. Or something happens and you get really angry and you just blow up. Or you get really happy. So that's kind of the borderline there. Feelings are more conscious, based on conscious experiences. Emotions are more unconscious experiences. Okay, thanks for watching.